That's the girl, she's a sweet one.
So I'm still up here in Rooks, man. Y'all look at this. This son of a gun. There's no doubt he knows something on somebody. New lift today. I mean, there's something. You know something on somebody, and you blackmailing them or something.
Somebody that's wealthy.
It's like I said a while ago. It's 160 something hours in a week. As long as you work about 120 of them, you're good to go.
You can do whatever you want.
There you go.
Man, I can't believe it, man. I feel like it's a dream.
That is a big grinder, man.
Yeah, that's a man. That's a man one.
I mean,
It's I think they said it was like 12 for this one. I'm taking these before you know.
the thing weighs 5,800 pounds. Hey, that thing can get up and go when you got it wide open. I was kind of surprised. I got off the back of it a while ago. I was like, I kept hitting my nuts up here on the thing, and I'm like, dude can't drive. I'm gone. I'm peace out, folks. I'm gonna walk the rest of the way. I ain't gonna have no nuts left, man. It's killing me.
They say that these belt-driven Carltons are the cat's meow. I've never ran one. I just know what everybody says that you know, based on what everybody else says, but.
I wonder, looks like they would like give you a remote.
Yeah, it's not, yeah, it's just a little baby one.
Little video. Like, yeah, no.
There's nowhere where I guess you gotta open it up to charge it. I guess I gotta learn everything about it. So when you spend $100,000, they don't train you. But if you spend $200,000, they send a guy out and they fly him out and they.
Is that what one of these right here runs? About 100?
97.
Okay. I would have figured it'd been a little bit more.
Oh, it's just batteries.
Batteries.
Throw you some double A's in there, baby.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, no. Throw me some double A's in there and you're good to go. That's pretty cool. I like that. So yeah, man, I've got the 50 horse Bandit, and everybody says Carlton is, you know, the cat's meow, and you told me go buy a Hurricane. I was just like, I do a lot of residential. Don't get me wrong.
I'm disappointed that you didn't go.
You didn't double my money.
You didn't go for the all out.
I only went 97,000 in debt, not 205,000 in debt.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tim. I'll let you down.
Seriously, you got a hydraulic cooler on.
Yeah.
It's got a what? A serious. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got one little fan there.
Yeah, well, see, our Bandits have that too. They got a.
Yeah, mine's got it.
It's got an electric fan on it right there on the 2550. All right, so you're gonna have your 2550 for sale, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, the 83 and the 2550 will be for sale. I've not posted the 2550.
So when he talks about the 83, he's talking about the lift over there, 83-foot CMC lift. It's a 2018 model.
We learned some things today that we didn't know they could do, and it's just a lack of. When I bought it used, and nobody come and trained me, so I just kind of self-taught myself. Today, I invited Tim, because I knew he'd be excited about it, to come look at the 92-footer to be delivered, and they taught us all kinds of tricks and just little things that we didn't know that makes life so much faster. One, you push a button, and it closes itself back up. That's worth a lot. Two, you can, on the new ones, on the new remote, you can push a button and run the basket. Where on the old one, you can't run the basket, so you gotta, while the legs are down, you gotta close it up the way you want to transport it. Now I didn't try that yet on the remote, but it might work. But he showed us a lot of tricks that we didn't know. They told me for like basically $1,700, $2,000, they'll send somebody down to train me, and I was like, man, I can figure it out. But I think I should have spent the money.
Yeah. They got
we're talking about a little bit of both.
Yeah, so that lift, that's a 92-foot lift, and it'll go through a 35-inch gate. That is crazy. I mean,
but it takes on you get you into the next level on tree work.
Yes,
you can take on stuff that nobody else can do. If you got a bucket truck or whatever, you can't do it. And if you got a lift, I mean, if you climb, that's great. But I'm getting too round.
Heck with climbing, because it's all about being efficient and making money. And I mean, you can climb. It's cool. People talk about climbing, and it's a macho kind of deal. But where the rubber meets the road is turning them jaws out, and making money, rolling them jaws, turning them out. And you only gonna turn out so much in a day climbing. I don't care how good you are.
And then you always got the risk of getting hurt, man. I don't
correct.
know how many times I was up there.
Quick, snap your finger.
Yeah, I mean, I'm up 100 feet and I got to climb another 100 feet. And I'm like, man, if I had a lift that'd get me 90 feet, I'd flip this top out. You know. But you can't flip when you're 90 feet. You can't flip a 30-foot top out when you're connected to it, because you're gonna have a.
You're finna go for a ride. Yeah. This thing is, well, it's got a 74 horse Kohler on it.
Yes.
which I'm running the 50 horse Kohler on my, because you're running a Kubota on your stump grinder, right? Isn't that what yours is,
that's
Kubota?
a 49 horse Kubota diesel on it.
Have you probably hadn't figured out what you want for that one yet?
I do. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna list it for 35, but I would take 30K for it.
So 2550, how many hours yours have on it?
Do what?
How many hours does your 2550 have on it?
I don't want to lie. Let's go turn the key on.
It's over here.
Back of this.
That's right, yeah, it's in this truck. His is identical to mine. It's got a blade and everything on it.
I don't know what showed the hours on the remote on.
Nah, you have to turn the remote on for it to power all up.
942.
942. And
So
would
here's the thing. Lindsay rolled his eyes when I said that a while ago. Here's the thing. I know I'm not going to let it go for less than 30. The market, though, everything on used stuff's going up. So I'm going to list it at 35. If somebody that sees this video wants to bring me 30, they're welcome to have it. But I'm going to list it at 35 because realistically, it's worth that or more. Because this machine now is over 50.
Oh no, that thing's in the 60s.
Exactly. Everything's gone up so much in the last 2 or 3 years.
So a year ago in July, I paid like 63 for mine.
Exactly. So,
Yes.
I mean, I think I could get the 35.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's worth that.
I just put brand new tires on it.
Right.
I got a ton of extra teeth with it.
It's got the green wheel on it, right?
It has a green wheel, and it has all the pockets. I got tons of extra pockets.
It's remote control, y'all, too.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's remote control. It's got remote's identical to mine.
Yep.
And it's got everything on it right there. Yep. Rechargeable remote. You ain't got to put
Yep.
batteries in it. You just recharge
I've just bought
it.
a new charger for it. The charger's through a dealer. I can teach you some tricks. But through the dealer, it's 150 bucks, 160 bucks. That's what I paid. But if you go to this website, right here, go to that website, you get one for about 60 bucks.
Right.
So, but a lot of Bandit stuff is branded, or whatever, you got to buy the seals through them and all that. But little things here and there you can save a lot of money on, and if you know the right people and you can, do your research, you can save some money. But through the dealer, a lot of stuff's really expensive on them. But it is what it is. If you do a little research, you can save.
You know what year model it is?
This is a, if I'm not mistaken, this one is a 19.
19. So it's got under 1,000 hours on it, 35,000. Got a Kubota engine on it. So in the duals on it, they pop right off. I got one center.
Pop right off. You're still at 35 inches.
You can just go through a 3-foot gate, no problem with it. I've had to do that on mine several times.
She's dirty. I mean, we work her. She works. She makes us a lot of money. The most important thing about a stump grinder, obviously, your little maintenance, but keep them teeth sharp, baby, and you can make a lot of money.
Yeah. So you may have. So if you need to.
See what I see? The remote is left out.
I know. I've seen it.
Yeah. This goes
we'll. If you want to contact Rook or whatever, you can get a hold of me. You can email me. My email's down below, and I'll get you in touch with Rook and stuff on that. But yeah.
Dude, this thing's a beast.
They've even got the blade extensions on this one here too. For when you spread the tracks out on it there.
Dude, man, that thing is.
Yeah,
it's like a dream come true. Lindsay said he's going to smack me. I told him to turn the camera on first. We got to get a video of it. I feel like it's dreaming.
That's going to be that's the exact same fuel filter I'm running right there on mine. Yeah, on my Kohler. Yep, exact same fuel filter. Sure is.
I really wanted this one in the wheel because I do a lot of residential.
Yeah, you'll have to be careful.
I know I have to throw down plywood and all that. It's just part of it. But
yeah.
But we carry plywood with us every day. So.
Yeah. Because you could tell that one would definitely scuff it right there.
But there's hills and stuff that a wheeled machine just won't go up. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're exactly right about that. This is a beefy wheel on this thing. It's even got the wear plates that run all the way between the teeth right there, all the way. The old. That's a heck of a wheel right there. How many teeth you say was on this one?
I guess it was 38.
That'd be about right. Boy, you look at how your side cut, how much of a side cut. I mean, that's 8 inches.
Yeah, it's like 6, 7. Yeah, something like that. I like it.
Yep.
That's a side cut there.
Let's see. I wonder what it takes on the belt to tension it and everything. If there's much
A lot of
to
guys
it.
that's talked to it. I talked about it, and so you got belt here, belt there,
Yeah.
and the tension in, and when things go wrong, you know, just the pulley's not being right or whatever, just not having everything square. But hopefully, brand new machine.
Yeah.
Don't have to do too much of that. Use it for a year or so, sell it. And I buy a
Yeah,
new
because
one.
here's your
Yeah, tensioners, yeah, on the front.
tensioner and break them loose right there.
Pull her square,
Yeah.
kind of like a
Just-
dirt bike.
Just don't do like I do and roll your finger through the dang thing and cut your thumb off.
I ain't
That's
trying to do that.
it's not cool.
I let Lindsay work on it that way I
That's
don't lose my
yeah.
Yeah, super excited, man. All she needs is Root Tree Stump stickers. I got to bring the few I got home for the meet.
So on this one, how far will it rotate on this one, like side to side? Because it's got a turntable on it
Yeah.
right there.
It's I may be wrong, but I think it's in the 50-inch, if I'm not mistaken.
It's got a, you can tell it's got a big swath on it
Yep.
right there. Well, there's, I see the cylinder. I
See the
didn't want to
cylinder
paint. Yeah,
there,
I
yeah.
see this. I see the cylinder right there now.
I know it's got to be a lot more than what I got right now, and that's what I want. I'm just trying to speed everything up, man. It's just,
Yeah, it's got a cylinder on both sides.
yeah. The bottleneck, one of the bottlenecks is just finishing up jobs and grinding them. And
Well, the thing about stumps, the bigger the grinder you got, the better. I mean, there's
Actually,
just
the horsepower.
yeah, the horsepower where
You're
you make
speeding
it.
to death.
Yeah, when you can make those side cuts, it took me a long time to figure. Well, only reason I figured it out is just by listening to you. I pay attention. I'm not dumb. I listen to what people say, and I wasn't using the side cutters on mine. I was just running the leads. Is all I was doing, making those little 1/4-inch cuts,
Yeah,
going
just
back and
using
forth
these
like a
teeth,
like a typewriter.
Yeah.
And I figured out, how to use those right there and make that thing.
It's one of my biggest complaints with my guys is just they would wear these front teeth out, and I'm
Yeah.
like, these on the side are brand new. I was like, when you
Yeah.
get in that first cut, you got to take 5 or 6 inches off with my
Yeah.
little grinder, or really about 3 or 4 inches, and they always take half inch, and the lead teeth are always dull. I'm like, guys, use your side cutters. I can grind a 4-foot stump in 30 minutes, but it's taking y'all an hour and a half. Like, it's the same machine. It's the same. Like, I'll put a fresh set on. Let's see what you can do. They do a half inch. It's just
Yeah,
wears
and
the
it
lead
don't.
teeth
It
out.
seems like you're not like if you're running, if you cut that whole side right there, it seems like because you got to kind of bump the head
It's slow,
through it.
yeah. It's slow,
But
it's
you're
faster.
making, dude, it's so much faster
It's
than like
faster.
zing,
Yeah, you just bump. You just did 8 inches. Where
Well-
you do swipes, swipe. You got to do 16 swipes to do 8 inches, doing half inch at a time. And you're just wearing out all the components on the thing, and you're wearing out your lead teeth. And so you got to take these off, or you got to sharpen them. You got to stop, and you got to do that. Where if you'll take 5 inches off at a time, or with this one maybe 8, and just do it slower. I heard a guy say it years ago. Slower and taking more material off is faster with a stump. And I thought I was like, man, that guy don't know what he's talking about. He's just got a little grinder. He don't know. Come to find
That's
out,
true.
he's right.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
had a little grinder, but he had sharp teeth and a lot of teeth, and he was using all the teeth of his grinder and going a little slower, and he was accomplishing more.
It's crazy because I actually hated grinding stumps till listening to you and realized what I was doing wrong. And I actually like grinding them now. I mean, it's still monotonous, but I mean, I like rolling in there and seeing how much I can cut at one time.
The joy in this work is, for me, is to get faster and to get more efficient and to get it done. Nothing get tore up. That's a real joy when you got a lot of employees. But the joy is, for me, is upgrading and getting equipment to even do it faster so we don't break our backs, but to learn little tricks that make it more efficient, because time is money.
The cool thing about your operation, though, you've got a mechanic, a full-time mechanic that works for free, right?
For free. For free.
Hey, I married
When I-
his sister. His sister ain't pretty, so I had to marry It's just one of those deals.
If she watches this, you're dead meat, man.
Yeah, sacrifice. And I did it because he said that he would be my full-time mechanic if I ever started a business. So I did that, and then here we are. And he didn't want to uphold his end of the deal.
I hold up my end of the deal whether I want to or not.
Oh my
Did you
goodness.
see me? I got the manuals out of this machine before he ran off with it.
I just throw them
Right.
away. I didn't know you had to read
Yeah.
them. I can't read. That's the
Right.
fact about Mr. Mike here. I can't read. I'm good at math and I can run equipment, but I can't read. I don't know what none of this stuff says. And they're always like, "Did you read that?" And I'm like, "What does it say? Can you read it for me?" I can't read. It's hard.
Those are going to be
You
the
can't be good looking and good at math and read. You can't do all of it, man. It's hard to.
those are going to be the identical teeth that's on mine right there.
And you
Identical.
don't like this wheel?
I
He
don't
said
love
he
it
don't like it.
because I'm not sharpening it the way he's sharpening it. Sharpening it on may be easy. The problem is you take all them off to sharpen them. It's a pain in the
Yeah.
butt and it's
Yeah,
expensive. Like the wheel they want you to sharpen it with, the nice one.
Your other ones are round, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just round.
Now you can buy a cheaper. Now I've got that diamond one. Now they make a wheel that don't cost about $20 or so. That'll cut this carbide.
Yeah.
And I'll get you the link to that. You can order it off Amazon. They'll still
I'll
cut that.
try
It's
it.
not.
I'll
But
try
you can
it.
grind. I grind mine when I never take them off. I grind them with them on there.
That may be different. Yeah, I may like
And so what I'll do is, since I started running my side cutters, once I wore this corner down, then I took them and flipped them. So I put this one
Yeah,
over here
yeah,
and that
you do
one
that,
over there to where I get that
sharp
good
back.
edge right there.
Yeah.
And because you can tell, boy, you can tell when them things are starting to get rounded a little bit.
Everything slows
Yeah,
down.
you-
And when it slows down, it's like sharpening your chainsaw.
Yeah.
You got to take that time to go home and sharpen them teeth and to sharpen those saws. And I mean, I'll sharpen a saw all day long, especially if I'm having to get in dirt and stuff, cutting stuff low. I'll stop and sharpen a saw 12 times, and everybody's like, "Man, you sharpened that saw so many times." I'm like, I want a saw to eat. Like
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
playing. I'm not trying to wear it like on a stump grinder. I'm not trying to wear out my bearings, my belts. I'm not trying to tear
Well,
all that
you're
stuff
gonna
up.
burn a lot more fuel running bad teeth.
Oh yeah, all day long.
A
And wear out your
lot,
bearings, wear out your
yeah.
belts.
A lot more fuel running bad teeth on it. Well, I'm anxious to see how this one runs. I know where there's a hurricane, I can go and film it. I got to drive a few hours though to go
Who's
do
got
it.
one? Did you know, or close by?
It's over in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
And someone swear I had to drive to pick this up, but the guy's like, I put the shipping in on the quote or whatever, so the loan's gonna cover the shipping. It'll be there tomorrow. I'm like, man, that's awesome. This is supposed to be here tomorrow. That's supposed to be here tomorrow. Here we are.
Right, I know, right? You totally jacked my week up, but I mean, it was worth it. And so I killed myself. I mean, I was out like at 6 o'clock this morning trying to get finished on a job.
No, you were texting me
Man,
early at
look,
7 o'clock doing jobs.
Dude,
I'm like, what's
I
he doing?
was,
He's supposed to be coming to
listen, I made this tree my beezy buddy. I mean, I raped that tree. She didn't know what got a hold of her when Cotton Top showed up. Oh yeah, I was chop sueying on that one, man. And to get up
I know
here.
you were sending me snaps of doing tree work at 10 o'clock. I'm like,
No, not 10 o'clock. It was, well, I was
8,
done
9
at
o'clock,
10.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
8,
was
9
way
o'clock, yeah.
earlier than that.
well, that's probably what time
You
I
probably looked at your phone then at that time. When
That's
it
the
was.
truth.
Gotten up.
Yeah. No, I just got up, man.
Well, Rook, I tell you, I'm proud of you, dude.
Hey,
Hey, nobody will understand what it takes to get this stuff to you. Have worked your gonads off, man, to make it happen, to get there to do it, you know. And
You know, I've had a lot of people say like, "Oh yeah, you must got a lot of money," and I'm like, my parents,
No.
like, I didn't come from anything, man. We got kicked out of the trailer park when I was a kid. Like, we're that poor, and we lived wherever we could. People let us live in old abandoned houses, and we struggled, but. I learned from that. You know, it's hard times that make you strong, and what's the difference between me and other people is I'm afraid of being broke.
Well, Rook's a good dude. And I tell you this too, had it not been for YouTube and then meeting Lindsay, I probably never would have met Rook. So YouTube is a great thing. The people that I've met along the way have been really crazy. And there's one thing about it, man, the work ethic. You know, Rook works a lot of hours. Y'all watch me day to day. I work a lot of hours. I mean, if you're going to have and you're going to get stuff, you got to roll. You can't do it by sitting on the couch or out on the lake, out on the river, you know, whatever like that. You got to roll. When the calls come in, you got to go after them and get them and make it happen. You got to make it happen efficiently. That's the other part of the name of the game. Starting out is tough because you can't have everything right off the bat starting out. It takes a while to acquire stuff, and you got to do a lot of manual stuff, manual labor, work hard. You can do it the hard way, you know, toting limbs out of a backyard and firewood pieces or on dollies or carts or wagons or whatever, picking them up, taking a tree and cutting, you know, a big tree, cutting it up into little small cookies where you can handle them. And man, you got to do that for a while, keep putting your money back, being smart with your money, not getting overextended or anything, and then you start acquiring things, getting equipment, mechanizing. Mechanization is where it's at. Like I said, I follow a bunch of climbers on Instagram and watch them on YouTube. Phenomenal guys. I know a lot of them too, here, there, and yonder. But you're only going to climb so much in a day. I mean, you can get out there and you can do a $5,000 job in a day climbing. Well, you can do, a couple of $5,000 jobs in a day, or even one bigger than that in a day with a lift. With a tree mech, you can crank out $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000 jobs in a day. So you kind of see where I'm going with that. And and then you limit when you're mechanized, you limit your manpower that you need down to, from like 5, 6 guys down to, a couple guys or 3 guys or something like that. And that takes out your overhead and your risk, and whatever. Because the more warm bodies you got out there, the more chances you got for something happening. Somebody get hurt, you get somebody hurt, game over. Somebody gets cut, something, just a lot of variables in this stuff. I've rolled up on jobs and smoke them, in just a matter of just a little bit of time. And I look at the people, and until they got their lip rolled out, and they're like, you charge me $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and you wasn't here but that long. But what they're not thinking about is the overhead investment that you've got there. You roll up and you got $500,000 worth of stuff to make you be able to do that job that fast like that. And then all the maintenance and the insurance and everything on all that. So, when you see this stuff, you see a new stump grinder, you got to remember there's got to be fuel to go in it. There's got to be teeth to go on it. Like my stump grinder's got 24 teeth on it. It costs $400 and something to replace those teeth. He's got 38 on his. The maintenance, oil changes, all that stuff. Then the insurance. You got insurance you got to put on that stuff. So you got insurance on the lift. He's got 2 lifts now. You got insurance on 2 lifts. You got insurance on all those trucks. You got insurance on the mech, and everything. And I'm the same way. I got insurance on the Mini, my lift, the stump grinder, the chipper, all that stuff like that, man. And at the end of the day, you have got to really get after it. And then to get after it, you got to have jobs. You got to have jobs coming to you. So hope you enjoyed that. If you're interested in Rook stuff, the 83-foot lift, I think you said 95,000 on it. It's got under 2,300 hours on that lift. It's a 2018 model. His stump grinder is a Bandit 2550 remote control with a blade on it. Got 900 something hours on it. $30,000 on that machine too. Got the Kubota engine on it. You can get a hold of him through me or whatever you need to do. So anyhow, we'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.